back to another edition of Blind Grilling. I'm your host, Chris Peltz, and today we're going to be smoking a whole chicken from Springer Mountain Farms on the Big Green Egg. Folks, we are here with our whole chicken from Springer Mountain Farms, and wanted to kind of go over a couple of things that people are always looking for, whether it's a whole chicken, whether it's chicken wings, whether it's chicken quarters. Not only do they want nice and juicy and tender chicken, but they also want a nice crispy skin as well. So we're going to be talking about how to get that when you're cooking your chicken. But right now we have this Springer Mountain Farms. This is, so I've never cooked a Springer Mountain Farm chicken before. I've been told that it's like the difference between a select piece of beef and a A5 Wagyu steak. I mean, from what I understand, that the quality of chicken from Springer Mountain Farms is just supposed to be phenomenal. So I'm really excited about being able to try that on our chicken. But one of the first things that we do, whether it's a whole chicken or whether it's wings or quarters or anything like that, one of the things that we do is the night before, we take it out of the package and we put it in the refrigerator and let it basically kind of air dry in the refrigerator. And that's going to really help your skin on your chicken to crisp up when you're cooking it. Even if you use other tricks, for example, we actually took mayonnaise and rubbed mayonnaise down last night before we stuck it in the fridge. Mayonnaise, folks that don't like mayonnaise, listen, this is not about flavor or anything like that. It's just about helping you get a crisp skin when you're smoking the chicken. Now there's other tricks like adding a little bit of baking powder to a little bit of flour and seasoning and rubbing that on the chicken and letting it set. But regardless of the little tricks that you try, one thing I would highly recommend is whether it's wings, quarters, or whole chicken with the skin, bone and skin on, open it up, get it out of the package and put it in a pan or something and let it set in a fridge overnight. So that's what we've done with this particular chicken. And so now what we're going to do is our next little trick. That is duck fat spray. Absolutely pure, all duck fat that this genius man in Nebraska was able to put in a spray can. How awesome and American is that, right? All right. So we've got duck fat spray, and so what we're going to do is we're going to spray this duck fat on our chicken. We're going to get inside. Turn it over. Make sure we get our legs, wings. All right, so we got our duck fat, and now we've got some Meat Church seasoning that we're going to be using on our chicken. And this is something that really is, preference to taste. And if you want to trim the chicken up a little bit with the wing, clipping the ends, that's all something that certainly you can do. It can be done and doesn't hurt a thing. However, we do have a video on our YouTube channel where a gentleman by the name of Hank at the Big Easy Grill here in Springfield, Missouri, it's a Cajun place, and he actually, my watch keeps going off. Let's see. All right. And we actually did a video with Hank, and we did a stuffed whole chicken. We stuffed it with jambalaya. But before we stuffed that chicken with jambalaya, he actually took a whole chicken and deboned it. I mean, just like as he described it, as like taking a sweater off. He just started working inside, turning that chicken inside out, removing every bone from that chicken. And once he was done, we seasoned the inside and we turned it right side out, and it still looked like a whole chicken. It was all completely intact, but absolutely no bones in it. It was just an amazing process, and he did it in less than 10 minutes, just deboning the entire chicken. So just a really neat process. If you go back and look at jambalaya stuffed whole chicken with Hank from Big Easy on our YouTube channel, it's just a really neat cook. Great guy, great restaurant, but just really cool watching him turn that chicken inside out, removing all the bones and then stuffing it. So we've got our chicken seasoned. We've got our big green egg up to 400 degrees, and we're doing it indirect. So we've got the plate setter in. It's set at 400 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the egg. Burp it here. And now we're going to take our chicken, and I'm going to start off by putting it breast side down. And right now really the seasoning is pretty much just on the skin. Every once in a while we'll kind of get underneath the skin and get some of that seasoning. As a matter of fact, there's a spot right there under that skin that we're gonna get some seasoning in. I didn't want to do it all over the chicken on this one, just because I really want to taste this meat that they talk about from Springer Mountain Farms. So we've got our chicken ready. We're going to put it on the grill. Breast side down for about 20 minutes. And we're going to flip it over. We're going to put a probe in it, and then we're going to keep track of our temperature. In the breast, we're looking for 160 degrees. In the breast meat, and so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to let that go, and we'll be back shortly. So folks, it's been about 20 minutes. We're going to open up our egg. Look at that chicken. Reach in here, going to just turn it over. All right, now I'm going to get a probe, stick that in the breast, and we're going to bring it up to 160 degrees in the breast, and it will be done. So we'll be back in a little while to pull it off the grill. Our temperature, according to our probe, has reached 162 degrees. So I'm going to pull that out. Oops. We're going to grab our chicken, put it on the plate, unhook tip probe, shut our egg down, and check that bird out. Skin, I can just tell just by touching it, it's crisp. Wow. So that's going to be, man, that's going to be some good eating. Listen to that. Oh yeah. Wow. Wow, that was good. Wow. All right, I better stop pulling that apart. Wow, good. Oh man, that's amazing crisp skin. I know what leg I'll be eating. We're gonna get this inside. Wow, man, that was so good.
Dad,
I don't know, Gracie.
No, stop it.
Look at that bone, just comes right out. Oh, that meat is so good. I just pulled the bone right out of that chicken. Folks, you know, I did this at a high temperature at 400 degrees, and it took probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get this up to a little less, just under an hour anyway, to get this up to temp. But You know, we've got crisp skin. Man, that meat was so juicy as well. Tender and juicy. That was so good. Can't wait to cut into this. But you can do this at lower temps for longer periods of time, but the same techniques will work when it comes to crisping that skin up, even if you cook it at lower temps. But again, just remember to set it out overnight in the fridge, open up out of a package to let it kind of air out. Use the mayonnaise trick, use the flour and baking powder trick, however it is you want to use, little things like that. But that duck fat spray and your favorite seasoning, man, you're gonna love what you can pull off, especially if you're cooking on one of these big bad boys with a big green egg. I appreciate everybody watching our channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Spread the word about what we're doing, and we are just really excited about things we've got coming up on the channel. Remember, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.